The motherfucker in the back, he blew up everyone.
Yeah, just shoot the dynamite in their hand and you just take them all out.
No, it went by itself, went off by itself. You guys, watch this again. Right there, the guy in the back. Hey, I'm gonna toss the TNT now. You guys just watch the explosion. Boom! Thank you, Tim. You suck. What's up, everybody? Belmont here, and once more, I am joined by my very good friend Tom Zilla.
Hello, Tom.
Exactly. And I decided to do something different. I was just going to play 10 Nintendo games, but instead, I'm going to be playing 10 games out of every Nintendo system from the GameCube onward. So let's see if Nintendo's going to win me on all of those categories. So hit the like button, subscribe, blah, 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 and let's hit it. So, all right, here we are, and I selected this very iconic footage of Resident Evil 4, which not only is one of the best Resident Evil titles ever, but also is one of the best games ever outside the Resident Evil franchise.
I have to agree. I have to agree.
Right? And I selected this very iconic footage because, well, I think this is one of the very few games where everything manages to be iconic without getting you tired. You know, we can name so many different scenes from this game. You know, there's the initial village standoff, then you have the night part, you have Leon fighting the whale thing at the lake, you have, you know, raising the cannon before you enter the castle, rescuing Ashley, the puzzles. You know, if you ask someone, I really think that, you know, an old timer and a Resident Evil 4 fan could name everything.
Yes, sir. I love everything about this game except one thing. One thing that I absolutely despise. Can you guess what it is?
It's got to be the inventory system.
No, sir. It is the puzzle that you have to do when you play as Ashley.
Oh, but there's a trick to that. You just move one of the pieces over to the side and then rotate them either counterclockwise or clockwise. It's really, really simple.
Oh yes, I found that out later. But when I first played this, I spent an embarrassing amount of time, a horribly embarrassing amount of time, trying to figure out that damn puzzle. Now, you know, the internet is a wonderful creation, and you can go find.
God bless the internet.
So, you can go find anything about anything, and of course now we know, like you just said, oh yeah, there's a trick to it. Well, back when I first played this, which, yes, I'm old, so back when it first came out, and I wasn't on the interwebs very much.
You know, T just called the internet interwebs, so that shows us that he's 700 years old. Yeah. I saw it on his ID, 700. You can trust me on that. And
I have found the Fountain of Youth.
What?
I have found the Fountain of Youth. That's why I don't look 700.
Yeah, it looks 699.
Right.
And I found that, you know, when I first played this, I think this was the most, I'm going to say, revolutionary Resident Evil from the standpoint that, you know, from until then, we only had either fixed camera angles or what I call dynamic fixed camera angles because, you know, in Code Veronica, the camera would follow you, but it was still from a fixed position, like a spotlight following you. See?
Yeah, Code Veronica, I was just thinking, you know, I was going to say we went from 3 to this, but of course we had Code Veronica first. Code Veronica was not a bad game at all, but the jump from how the game was set up and rendered and everything, from that to this,
Exactly.
it's a huge leap.
Exactly. And everything in this game, minus the inventory thing, which I mentioned, is absolutely functional. You know, if only there was a button for you to auto-sort your inventory like they implemented an RE4 remake, then I'd say that this game, was perfect. I mean, I still say it's fucking perfect. The inventory management system doesn't have an automatic thing, so I'm gonna take a point out of it. No, no, this game is still perfect. It's still a 10 out of 10, even with that very small flaw, in my
How
opinion.
dare you? 10 out of 10? This is 15 out of 10.
Exactly, exactly. And I was watching this guy Thunder, Electric Thunder, something, and he made some very good points. I'm not saying that I think the remake was bad, but a lot of the original's atmosphere was lost. You had more of this huge place with desolation. You felt like you were absolutely alone and harmless. And on RE4 remake, everything is a little bit more cramped. There's more stuff on the backgrounds, and I think that's part of the reason why I also like the original one better. Let me know in the comments which one you like the most. What about you, T?
Oh, I mean, there are differences, and I enjoyed them both. But
Hmm?
yeah, I still like the original version better. Not that I didn't love the remake and the feel of it, but I love
Hmm.
the feel of this.
Yeah, there's something about the remake that makes it flow quicker. It's still tense the first time you play it. I think this is one of the games I've been the most in my life after Parasite Eve 2. And it just flows so well. I get the distinct feeling when I'm playing this that it flows a little bit faster than RE4 remake. I think the whole way this game was designed was absolutely perfect. And of course, as you guys can see by the button prompts on screen, I'm playing the Nintendo GameCube version, as I said at the beginning of the video that I would. And originally, I wasn't going to play it because I got to play it on the PlayStation 2. But this game was an exclusive for like what, 1 year? A year?
I believe so. Yeah.
So this was the system where it first came out, and it wasn't a simultaneous release. So I thought, if this is one of the GameCube's finest, then it has to be here. And also, I get a very distinct feeling that it looks a lot better than it did on the PS2. It's been a while since I last played the PS2 version, but things seem to be more detailed overall.
Oh yes, the PS2 version's muddier looking for sure.
Yes, yes.
Not that it wasn't a good way to play it. I mean, that's actually how I played it for the most part, was on the PS2,
Me
because
too. Me too.
at the time I didn't have a GameCube. I had played it on the GameCube. I had went to a friend's house and tried it and played it on the GameCube, but I had a
Oh,
PlayStation
you're
2.
gonna go like trick shot. Just a second. I always do it. Yeah, two
Blow them
for
up
one.
inside the cabin. Yeah, that is fun.
That's something everybody does. And coming up, you guys are gonna see, well, pretty much those guys killing themselves using their own TNTs. It's awesome. If you're gonna use explosives, at least make sure that your buddies aren't gonna step on them as soon as they're about to go off. And as we were saying, everything about this game makes you want to go back to it. Even let's see, the duration of every segment. I don't really think that any part in this game lasts too long or too little.
Yeah, it's perfectly balanced. Now you have to find a way to play this again in this series. The Wii version.
The Wii version is the best one.
So
The Wii version is an absolute must. I've played it, and actually, I've shown it to you guys here in the channel. And maybe I'll feature it again because the changes are too substantial. You're getting to shoot In our case, we're going to use the mouse, or for those of you who have that device that connects to your PC, or even a regular Wii, then it's still the same game, but the dynamics change so much that it becomes something else.
Yes.
You want to get through everything again with the new control scheme.
The yeah, it's so different. The only thing that's just a tiny bit better for Resident Evil 4 than the Wii is the VR ported version.
Oh yeah, the VR. I don't have a VR module, but Tom does.
We'll have to showcase that one of these times.
Yeah, bring it over, man. We'll talk about it.
You're not like them?
What do you say?
Got one very important question. You got a smoke?
Okay.
No, but I have
Only
bubblegum.
one very important
Right.
question.
That's from the game, guys.
You got a smoke?
Got gum.
No, but I have gum.
It's the big cheese.
Yeah, I think this
Big cheese.
this would be the best entry in the franchise because it's got everything. It's got multiple villains. Was that Sonic again?
No, that was something else. I'm not sure.
Oh, okay. T's forbidden items have just been shipped, if you will. And what are you buying? What are you selling?
Got something that might interest you.
Strange, strange. Now that is a weapon.
Got a selection of.
I
See
wish
everything.
What are you?
I wish they would have kept him closer to his original personality in the remake.
And I just noticed this now. You guys can call me silly. Take a look at this again. Wait for it. I thought it was just a menu screen, but it isn't.
Something that might interest you.
Did you catch this, Steve?
Got a select.
It's his clothes.
Oh yeah, it's the inside of his coat. He's flashing
Yeah,
you, and he's got
No, go ahead, go ahead.
he's got a menu on his strap there inside of his coat.
Yeah, I had never noticed that. Oh, Jesus. But then you're going to see some sniping. And playing this on the GameCube, I don't know if it was because I was using, the emulator, and I was going with a PS5 controller, which, has much softer analog sticks than the one of the PS2. But aiming with the analog stick was also a lot easier. Or maybe it was the GameCube version, something to do with the emulator, or a combination of everything. But it was better.
Welcome.
And I'm always looking for an opportunity to revisit
Stranger.
Resident Evil 4. I had it on the PlayStation 2, I had it on the Wii, then I bought it on the PlayStation 4, then I got it on Steam,
You sound like me.
then now I'm playing it again on the GameCube.
I used to own the Resident Evil 4 chainsaw controller.
Oh, that's like rare shit.
Well, I owned it and I traded it years ago, and at least once or twice a month I kick myself in the ass for doing so. Because not only is it worth a lot of money, but I'm a huge fan of Resident Evil, and I wish I still had it. It was they made one for the GameCube and they made one for the PlayStation 2. I had the PlayStation 2 version.
Yeah. Oh, that was a good miss there. But I think I'm gonna buy it. I think I'm gonna buy it over there. Well, you guys keep on watching as we discuss. Oh, that was it. That's what I said. The motherfucker in the back, he blew up everyone.
Yeah, just shoot the dynamite in their hand and you just take them all out.
No, no. It went by itself. Went off by itself. You guys, watch this again. You know, they're gonna give Tim or whatever the fuck his name is, right there, the guy in the back. Hey, I'm gonna toss the TNT now. You guys just watch the explosion. Boom! Thank you, Tim. You suck. You know, and it's funny, man, because it's always a joy. Whenever I go back to this game, I'm not gonna say, "Oh, it feels like the first time." Nothing's gonna feel like the first time, but I still get the same amount of fun, even if I'm playing with the same handgun. And by the way, I've gotten fond of Leon's very first handgun because even though it's not the most damaging one, I think it's the second worst in terms of damage. Because you know it'd be the Punisher, this one, then you'd have the Black Panther, and then the Red Knight. You know, in terms of damage. But this one has a higher chance of critical headshots, and it's always fun. You people didn't see that. You know, you did not see that. And
You didn't just die.
no, I didn't. And you know, just going for those headshots, everything is satisfying, man. You know, the sound effects, the noise it makes when you blow everyone up, your inventory management, the fact that you have so many different grenades, and conveniently placed oil drums like that. You know, at that time, we didn't need Tim's assistance, and it makes everything perfect. Even the puzzles, you know, they're not as puzzly as they used to be, and I like that. Earth to Tom.
Oh, I'm entranced with the gameplay.
Yeah, before we started recording this, you know, we had StreamYard open, and he said, you know, well, you know, motherfucker, thanks to you, I'm gonna be playing this tonight again.
Yeah, every time I see this, I have to go back and play it.
You
And
see, go.
no, I was gonna say I think we're supposed to be focusing on Nintendo, and all we've done we're just singing the praises of Resident Evil 4.
Well, not really. We're singing the praises for one of the best games ever made that was released on the GameCube.
Right, but we focus less on that and more on how good Resident Evil 4 is.
Well, you know, if this segment is about can Nintendo win over a Nintendo Scatic, then we're gonna have to focus on how good the games are.
Well, yes.
You know, playing this again, I'm playing this in 2K on the emulator. Could probably go with 4, but I was oh kaboom! I love this. You know, I could probably focus, go with 4K, but I didn't want to waste time starting thinking, oh, I gotta turn down the filters because of this and this and that. But I was blown away. You know, every new Nintendo game that I play is a new experience. Even if it's a game that I've played multiple times already, but getting to witness the power of the GameCube is amazing. You know, was it the most powerful console of that generation?
I believe so.
I think it was either the GameCube or the Xbox. You guys let us know.
See, that's one thing I never had was an original Xbox.
Me neither. You know, in my country, the PlayStation 2 at that time was the most popular console. And, you know, I think it speaks volumes the amount of time we spent speaking about it so far. And, you know, we're both looking forward to playing this again, even though we've beaten it countless times. Absolutely countless times. And, you know, I don't really see that happening with modern games anymore. You know, I can't really remember a lot of modern games, unless they're remakes, that I go, oh, I want to play this over and over again. What about you?
No, yeah, there are good modern games being made, and there are very skilled developers out there, but there's just something different. Some
Also,
I don't. I just a lot of the games from this time. I don't. They just have a different feel to them. Something that's not easily explained. They just seem more somehow.
yeah, they seem more like games. No, I'm not kidding. This is something I've been thinking for quite a number of years. Actually, that the games they've become prettier, but at the same time, a lot of them became the same thing. I'm gonna take it. Yes. A lot of the times, they're becoming pretty much the same thing, or losing a lot of substance. Everyone's following this formula. There's three or four different formulas and going for it. And I'm gonna go back to those games. It's just awesome. First, because there isn't an excess of DLC being shoved up your nose.
Right. That's a nice way of putting it.
Yeah, for 9.99 you can have this outfit. Hey, remember when we used to? What a crazy thought! Beat the game to get more stuff.
Or find a hidden unlockable in the game itself. You get rewarded for your skill and for exploring instead of
Yeah,
you know draining your bank account.
yeah. You get rewarded for playing not just an extra 9.99. I hate this so much. Hey, just 9.99. Fuck you. Gaming. I'm not gonna say it was simpler in terms of gaming complexity because that's definitely not the case. But I'm saying that it was simpler in the sense that you'd go out, buy the game, and have a shitload of fun with it
Right.
without thinking, oh, I'm missing out on this outfit, on this weapon, on this or on that. Just hey, if you want it, there's a way for you to get it.
Yeah, you earn it.
Exactly. And now with the price tags reaching the $70 mark,
Everything should come with the game, especially at that price. But now we do sound like a couple of 700-year-old men.
no man, now we sound like people who actually knew what was the right way.
What was the good way? Yes.
We discussed this on our Resident Evil 4 remake video, which I'm going to leave the link for you at the cards at the end of uh, this cast. And they released the Mercenaries a couple of months after they released RE4 remake. Now, tell me, do you people really think they weren't done with it, or that they couldn't have delayed the game's release to get everything done in one go? And then there's the possibility of us getting the assignment Ada and separate ways, even if it's free stuff. The reason why they're segmenting things so much is to make the game last longer. They're removing shit, and then they're going to release it like months later, just so people, the game's going to be talked about again,
Yeah,
just
just to
so they
keep it
can sell
relevant. Yes.
copies.
Well,
And it's fine. You want to sell more copies, fine, but then do something substantial other than taking something that should have been with the game and releasing it later. And the problem is, I've seen a lot of people in this generation saying, "Oh, they care so much about the fans, they're releasing extra content." No, that's not extra content. That's not extra content, man.
that's content that came with the original game.
Exactly. You know, and it's funny, man. I built this monster machine, and the most I spend playing are retro games.
Well,
Now,
that's what it's good for. It plays them very smoothly and at
exactly.
a higher resolution.
Yeah, but also maybe this is a topic for another podcast. But it goes to show a guy that has a very robust computer uses it mainly to play old games, not because it's against the new ones. I love Final Fantasy VII Remake. I love that. But it kind of shows the current state of video games. I think. What do you think?
Oh, it definitely speaks. Yeah, I have a decent machine myself, and
Hmm.
most of the games I play are older games, just because they're good.
Exactly. And Resident Evil 4 Remake was the first new game you bought in a long time, wasn't it?
Oh yeah,
But still, again, why did you buy it?
because of my love for the original one.
Because you remember the original one. But anyway, I think we're getting a little bit sidetracked. And yeah, I know. Let's talk about the bosses. What do you think about them?
Oh, they're great. They were the first time you played them. It was like shocking, like to see him transform into that giant centipede creature.
And then going Mr. Hapsy.
Yes. So I mean, the bosses are great in this. Trying to think of one that I might not have
Carry the
liked,
same
but
blood as us, it seems.
they were all satisfying battles.
You're an outsider.
Yeah,
Just
I think the only thing I'd much rather on RE4 Remake was the way they made the
facing
late creature.
severe consequences.
Mm.
You know, I forgot the thing's name.
El
But when
Monstro.
I don't know, but when I played it on the remake, it was so much funnier to play. You know, he had a lot more freedom, and now Leon could actually aim the harpoon because he was riding a magic boat, which, he didn't need to hold the thing to steer the boat. He just willed it,
Power
turn
of the
right.
mind.
Yes, turn right. And then he did. Those are not the Las Plagas you're looking for. I'm sorry. That was terrible. And, but besides that, I don't think there's a boss I don't like. And we have to, there's just one thing we have to mention: the regenerators,
Hmm.
and that noise that makes when they're coming. I think it's still one of the only monsters in video games that still scare me up to this day. Even if I know they're going to show up,
It's still
I get anxious.
unsettling.
What do you say?
I said they're still unsettling.
Yeah, they move all weird. They shake. It's all strange. And let's not forget to mention, of course, the replay modes in which you can get. I think you can get the Killer 7, or was that in the regular game?
Killer 7 is in the regular game. You unlock the Chicago typewriter and the infinite rocket launcher.
The
The,
different outfit, the
yeah, the
outfit that
different
actually
outfit,
helps. The knight's armor for Ashley.
so that you can shoot her repeatedly and she doesn't die.
Yes, because you are going to take out your anger on her at times because it was her own fault. And but even that doesn't take points away for me, from the game. As there we see Miss Ada, and we also had the original Mercenaries mode, which was fun. I didn't really get into the Mercenaries mode until Resident Evil 5, which I became obsessed with. Then we have Assignment Ada
And
and
separate
Separate.
ways.
Which was the one where she went into that island with that Black Ops suit?
I
I
think
think it
that
was
was separate ways.
Oh, that was Separate Ways. I always mix the names up. So you had that. You got a chance to play more as Zeta, which is something Resident Evil really needs more of. Then you had the other one where it was basically just Ada. You're playing at the same time as Leon's mission is happening, but she can't allow herself to be seen. She's only seen when it's really necessary by Leon, and it was just content for weeks, really. Even if you beat it once, I don't know a single Resident Evil person who enjoyed RE4 who said, "Oh no, I'm just gonna beat this once," and I'm gonna be done with it.
It's countless replays.
Yeah, teased, enticed by the game. Now remember, he's old. He's 700 years old. That happens. Don't be mad at T.
You've got Resident Evil on the screen. You can't expect me to pay too close attention to anything else.
Okay, I'll keep that in mind. And T, you just found this portable version, mobile version of RE4, not the one on Zebo, that piece of shit.
It's wonderful. Don't listen to him.
Yeah, yeah. Follow T's lead.
Yeah, I mean, it was out years ago, but I found online the Android version, which had to be modded to play on a modern Android phone, but
Hmm.
it plays, and I haven't got through it yet. But it's definitely interesting. I might do a little video, or at least a short on it sometime
You
soon.
people also didn't see that. We're just gonna roll back a little bit. And unfortunately, I didn't have the time to beat the whole game. But then again, I didn't need to because I know this game inside out. But because we want to make daily content for you, and if you want to help support the show, remember you can just click the thanks button and make any donations you'd like, any amount, or you can become a member right here on the channel to help keep our show going. And do you have anything else to say about RE4 other than it's one of the greatest games of all time?
No, that covers it.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. And I like that little Easter egg they put on RE4 Remake. You're going to go upstairs, so I'm going to grab shotgun ammo. No, you're going to fall down.
Right.
The planks are going to break, and you're going to be scared shitless. But there were several things I enjoyed about RE4 Remake. You know,
Oh yeah, it
and
was definitely a good game.
no, it is. It is. What I enjoyed was the fact that they changed around a lot of stuff. So, if you come in hot from RE4 because, I'm going to play RE4 just so I can, get pumped up for RE4 Remake, then you're in for a rude awakening. You're still going to die a lot, on your first playthrough. And maybe we should do a video about it one day. What do you say?
Oh yeah, I'm down for that.
Yeah, absolutely. So, thank you so much, everybody, for joining us. It's been a pleasure to bring this new format of content to you. Podcast where we dynamically discuss games we both love, or maybe sometimes even introduce a game that the other person doesn't know. Eventually we are going to end up doing this. And stay tuned for episode 2 of Can Nintendo Win Over a Nintendo Skeptic? We're going to have a total of 30 episodes. Yes, it's going to be awesome. So this was Balmont speaking to you. I hope you had an amazing time watching this. We sure have a lot of fun making it. And any last words, T?
Goodbye, T.
T's old. He's very. All right, guys. See ya.